On this trip, we travel from Hotchkiss, Colorado to Marble, Glenwood Springs, Leadville, and finish up at 12,095 feet on the Continental Divide at Independence Pass. There's a lot to see, so let's get started. Leaving Hotchkiss, Colorado, I traveled north through Paonia on 133 and turned on 3 to Bogan Flats Campground, where I stayed for one night while I explored Marble and the Redstone Historic District. This is Bogan Flats Campground near Marble, Colorado, and it's got a nice little river running through it. Should make for good sleeping sounds tonight. But as usual, the site that I reserved was a back end. Trees above, trees on each side, trees all around, and it was a struggle to get in there. So next time I reserve a site in a national park or state park, I need to pay more attention, possibly even getting a pull-through site. There's a pull-through site right here that I could have reserved possibly, but I was just in a hurry and just grabbed the first one I saw. So I'll take a picture of my site in a minute. Marble's claim to fame is it produced the marble for the Tomb of the Unknowns, as well as for parts of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., and civic buildings in San Francisco. It was also used for the construction of the Equitable Building, a historically important early skyscraper in New York City. I wanted to see the Crystal Mill beyond Marble, but the 6-mile Jeep trail to it got so rough that I was concerned the street tires I had were not up to the task. I was traveling alone and had no water and no food and would not be able to hike out if my Jeep was disabled, so I had to turn back. Hayes Creek falls between County Road 3 to Marble and the Redstone Historic District. This is Redstone, Colorado, and they have all these coke ovens lined up along the road where they used to melt gold, as I understand it. I've got one afternoon in Glenwood Springs and stopped in at a brew pub and had a couple of beers and asked them if there was anything I was supposed to see or do. Turns out I was a couple blocks away from Doc Holliday's gravesite. So we've got a steep uphill climb here. We'll see how far it is and if I make it. Got a nice overview of Glenwood Springs from here. Counted a tree of prayer flags here. Well, I made it. Let's go find the gravesite now. Here's the graveyard. Hopefully there'll be a sign down here that will indicate the way to go. There's a sign. This memorial is dedicated to Doc Holliday, who is buried someplace in this cemetery. Well, good old Doc. They buried you here, but they forgot where you was buried. Leadville appears to be undergoing a renaissance, with all the houses being painted and updated and new construction all around. The National Mining Hall of Fame holds more than 250 stories of men and women who achieved lasting greatness in mining and natural resources. It has 5 floors of displays. This is only a sample of what they have. It is definitely a must-see.
Now, knowing that silver was in the hills up here, miners would once again flock to the region. From one of the largest boot towns west of the Mississippi River, Leadville, then it goes up into Leadville eastern mile. It grades as steep as 3%, and our average speed will be approximately 10 miles an hour. Hillside way up there above us. And if you look at the two trees, now a little known fact about Mississippi, now as soon as the month.
I know how you think, man. You definitely.
Yesterday, this area is spread.
The elements.
Excuse me, the I typically tell people that the
We're riding on the Leadville, Colorado and Southern Railroad today. Got to do a little tour of the engine.
You enjoying the trip today?
Absolutely.
Good. Well, I'm not on the witness protection program, so you don't have to worry about pictures. Well, I've been doing this for 8 years. I'll do it until the day I die. A few years ago, I had some engineers, licensed engineers from Sweden. They came through here, they looked around, and they said, "Holy cow, we're surrounded by computers." I said, "Yo, on this train, the engineer does everything."
This is my campsite in Twin Lakes. Today we are going to ride to the top of Independence Pass at 12,095 feet on the Continental Divide. This is Independence Pass between Twin Lakes, Colorado and Aspen, Colorado. So I'm staying at Twin Lakes campground, and it's just a 20-mile drive or so up here. Everybody told me that I had to come. Got up early this morning to drive up here, take some pictures, look around, and I gotta go back to the campground and get checked out. And hiking uphill to get to the top of this little trail here. So this is a good place to do a little 360. Back that way especially. Beautiful view that way. This goes on up over the mountains for a ways. I walked on up to the top of the trail where I was at. So there's the switchbacks down there that I came up, and there's the view back through the valley where I came to get to Independence Pass, which is where I am now. So this is looking back toward Twin Lakes. Might like this bench. It looks pretty rough. Everybody's carving their names in it. And the snow and the weather has taken a toll on it. That's all for this trip.